Test the chin of Fundora early, but a big left.
Taylor now to give instructions.
2023. Thurman says he's older, wiser, but not warned. The layoffs may raise questions, but he believes they've spared him the damage of a long war-torn career. These two are ready to go to war in the main event for the 154-pound title. And immediately Fundora establishing that long step and nails Thurman with a straight left hand.
It was Keith Thurman who told us he would test the chin of Fundora early, but a big left cross from Sebastian got the attention early.
Yeah, definitely not the way you want to start a fight if you're Thurman. But again,
Thurman said he'd be using a lot of movement after, a lot of lateral movement, sticking, going. The like of Vasily Lomachenko, one of the few fighters that can do damage punching while moving.
Yeah, and he did that, and obviously it hasn't been a fighter that does that against a Fundora, but let's not forget, Fundora knows how to use that reach now.
We saw it against Tim Tszyu, but also known for that pressure and the high volume. 70 punches a round coming into this fight for Sebastian Fundora. Thurman having some success on the inside and using that lateral movement.
Yeah, and he wants to continue to do that, you know, move angle to angle, side to side, and then at moments as Spurs go in there and throw a little flurry of punches, and just like Thurman did at that point.
It's going to be interesting what type of offense Thurman will use against the long southpaw here. A lot of talk about getting inside that big jab, but Thurman told us to be looking to land the gazelle punch, the looping outside punch that Tim Tszyu had success with early in their rematch last July against Fundora. We've seen reach disadvantages. 11 inches.
Unbelievable. That's like a foot.
It's just about. Yeah, it turns out you're right.
Hey. Pay attention to some of these. Minute left here in the first round, and both doing what they said they do. We got the jab from Fundora, lateral movement from Thurman.
What I want to see from Thurman is if he's going to back up his words of going for the KO.
It looks like it's smash it off the head, over the body. And of course, both of them known for their body work, but the Achilles heel for Thurman is the body shot. He has been hurt numerous times to the body.
Collazo rocked him back in 2015.
Jose Cito Lopez.
Manny Pacquiao in round 10 of their fight in 2019. We did bring that up to Keith in the fighter meeting. He shot down that narrative, said, have I ever gone down from a body shot? The truth is no.
No, but he's been visibly hurt.
Indeed.
Final 15 seconds of our first round, and it's the jab of Fundora. He's thrown 41 jabs in this round compared to 2 for Thurman. But Thurman going to the body and then upstairs. And
listen for the bell, gentlemen. Listen for that bell.
Lunge, but at times it may take a lunging left.
Time right
there. Of Fundora, he's thrown 41 jabs. In
You see where he's trying to pitch, right?
Yeah. Compared to 3 of 19 for Thurman.
Thurman convinced Fundora to get off of his game plan, as it seems early on, to jab from the outside.
Well, it was anything but a normal round for Fundora usually. He was 8 of 47 in that first round compared to 3 of 19 for Thurman. So a different Fundora on display, but again, a guy who's using his physical attributes, and my God, if you're blessed with that, why not use it?
One thing we did bring up to Fundora, I said, look, is your willingness to brawl a curse as much as a blessing? And he said, no, this is a tough man's sport. You have to dig deep. I don't think it's a problem that I love to brawl at all.
And I think it was Roy Jones Jr. who actually said that he believes in knowing many. That was a sharp left hand that buckled the knees of Thurman. I was going to say, Roy Jones thinks Fundora is a better inside fighter than a long-range fighter.
Certainly.
And he does. He is hittable, but you can't really hurt him unless you're Mendoza.
He's got a great chin. He's got a great willingness, and he also has incredible stamina. Nobody works harder than the backyard gym.
Incredible.
Military training with the boots and everything.
And in the mountains, getting that altitude training. They eat, live, and breathe boxing, the Fundora family. And Thurman eating some punches from Fundora.
Look, if you're Keith Thurman here at 37, he did show a good chin in that sequence. He's eaten some of the best shots from Fundora early. He's still standing. Can he, though, mount offense?
That's the thing. How many of those big shots can you take? The first one starting off in the first round, and this last one kind of buckled Thurman's knee. So, again, he's vulnerable for that left hand. And every time he lunges in, he opens up a lot. So he's got to be careful with that, Thurman.
Fundora trying to cut off the ring, following Thurman right now. Thurman able to keep moving to his right, which of course is right into the power alley of the southpaw.
And again, I know that's a game plan for Thurman, but how long can you do that? He's 37 years old. Those knees, I don't know how good they are. Forget about tire a lot.
Forget about waiting for that turning point when Thurman has to make a decision to brawl or box.
Yeah, he's got to go in.
Forced into that with age at some point here.
I think his best chances is to fight in the inside now.
Very patient, Sebastian Fundora, following Thurman around, landing the jab.
Fundora did break character after he landed that big punch earlier. He let out a big smile in the face of Thurman.
Don't leave it out there. Don't leave it out there.
Like ever since.
Like Slender Man at Strength Alliance by the Athletic Commission. It's unbelievable. But
listen for that bell, gentlemen. Listen for the bell.
Wallace, super welterweight champion.
10 seconds. Slide.
And here of Keith Thurman, who started his training at the age of 7, guided by his mentor Ben Getty, who tragically passed away. Aspiring Hall of Famer Winky Wright at a young age. He left school at a young age, chasing his craft and building a champion's path, forged through discipline and belief. And that's one thing about Keith Thurman. Don't tell him he can't beat Sebastian Fundora.
Exactly.
Gentlemen, watch your feet.
He was trained for much of his pro career by Dan Birmingham, who retired, who trained so many great champions, including the Hall of Famer Winky Wright.
Yep.
I think it's time for Thurman to take his chance, or at least try to work that body. There was times where he was having success when he jumps in, he works the body well. I mean, it's right in front of you for Thurman.
In round 2, Fundora was 7 of 52, Thurman just 6 of 19.
There it is.
Off the head, off the head.
There's uppercut on the inside by Fundora. Now Thurman coming on the inside, and the right to the body, but the left hand from Fundora. And despite Tony Morgan telling Thurman to go to your left, he continues to go to the right, which is into the danger zone of that left hand of Fundora.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a no-no against a left-hander. You don't want to go towards that, brutal and vicious left hand.
And a guy who's known for his ring IQ.
Yeah.
Get him up a little bit.
Sometimes people do it, to make you throw that left hand and trying to counter, but I don't think that's the best idea for Thurman.
Good right hand there, the body from Thurman. Still unable to really draw the respect of Fundora by landing the big one. Keith is such a classy boxer puncher, but he's going to have to fight mean in this fight to turn the momentum in his favor.
Question is, can he at the age of 37? And 2 fights in 6 years.
Yeah. But at least try. I mean, you're making it too easy, too comfortable for Fundora right now at that reach.
And meanwhile, for Fundora, you guys are happy with his start, using the jab, sitting content.
Exactly. I think I am.
Now he's open.
I think it was that body punch just now from Thurman that drew that reaction of Fundora letting his hands go. But to your question, Fundora has remained poised, hasn't put himself in bad positions, and when he does that, boy, can he control rounds and control the turns of the fight.
Yeah, more than anything that he's controlling the fight, and you don't want to put yourself, like you mentioned, Brian, in a position where Thurman is able to counterpunch you with
Both
overhand
have
rights.
predicted a knockout. Fundora seeking his 3rd consecutive KO, hoping to defend this title for the 3rd time. Thurman lands a left hook to the body, but continues to move
To the right.
to the right, and Fundora continues to plant the jab.
Listen for the bell, gentlemen.
10 seconds. And that's time.
Good jab.
Que no agarre nada. Que no agarre para la cabeza ni abajo. You can't try to come your heel. You can't try to come your heel. Come right here. Don't do that.
History of father-son training situations gone bad. This is a very good one built upon love and respect.
Meanwhile, in Thurman's corner, they want him to pick up the punch output, become busier. Easier said than done when you're trying to navigate a 11-inch reach disadvantage. And Fundora landing more, throwing more, although Thurman is more efficient.
But I think he will have more of a success if he goes in the inside and he tries to make this an ugly fight, Thurman. Fighting in the outside right now has not worked for him. He hasn't landed any big shots, and he's just getting the opportunity for Fundora to land that left hand.
Thurman's such a traditional boxing puncher. Great skills, but those skills don't translate against a reach and height disadvantage like this.
Uppercut by Fundora with the left hand, lands the right as well, and you're absolutely right, Brian.
You have to fight in a way you're not normally customary or comfortable doing. And by the way, a little mouse below the right eye of Thurman developed.
Oh, and that left hand. And you know that Fundora's going to be intent on making that mouse a rat before the end of this fight. Round number 4, minute 47 left, and it's all Fundora with the stick.
The stick in the left hand, uppercut.
Go.
I mean, that's his distance. That's the reach.
Let him go, King. Let him go, King. All right, stop. No punch. Straight back. Straight back. Go.
And we're not seeing a desperate Fundora right now.
We're in the midway point of the fourth, and for Thurman, the fewest punches that he's landed and thrown through 3 rounds of any of his fights, tracked by concubines going back 19 fights.
That's the story of this fight here through 3.5 rounds. When have we seen Keith Thurman against someone with this size and the patience and the precision tonight of Fundora?
Fundora delivering some power shots there, has been on the ropes and just wearing Thurman down with pressure. And the jab. And the left hand.
And this fight is going exactly how a lot of people had it and believed it was going to happen with that reach, that distance from Fundora, just jabbing his way in.
Just a second fight at 150. Both have been down. Thurman has never been stopped. The lone loss to Manny Pacquiao here at MGM Grand Garden Arena. Right hands for Thurman.
That's how Tim Tszyu turned the momentum early in their rematch and turned it into a brawl. Unfortunately for Tszyu, he couldn't withstand the punching power.
But that's the key. That was it. Making it into a brawl. Once you landed those 2 left hooks, go inside, stay in there.
And is it
Listen
just
for that
power?
bell, gentlemen.
Is it just the accumulation of the avalanche of offense from a Fundora?
10 seconds. Time!
It's another successful round for Fundora. It's another successful round. That's exactly what the...
Emotionally disruptive. In fact, after the cancellation,
nice.
With his best punch there, lands the right hand. He said he reacted poorly to the postponement, including overeating and losing discipline. He later reset physically with a 21-day raw food diet consisting mainly of fruits, nuts, and vegetables. So, that's interesting to note as well, that Thurman did not take the original postponement well.
Very interesting, and Thurman landed that big right hand. It feels like a now or never moment here in round 5. Can you turn this into a brawl to give yourself a chance, or will it consistently be you at the end of Fundora's punches?
Yeah, it's got to change sooner or later. This is the 5th round, 6 obviously coming up, half of the fight. So I mean, you got to make those changes if you're Thurman.
Fundora putting his punches in the right place, very controlled, composed, focused, and now Thurman trying to punch him, but is met with the fire of Fundora, and Fundora smiles again. And Fundora putting together these clubbing combinations.
Thurman's face has so many red blotches, it looks like a map of Oceania.
Midway point of the 5th frame. Thurman desperately trying to avoid the punches of Fundora. Body shot Fundora. Left hands Fundora. Fundora all over Keith Thurman.
Fundora's liking this right now. You can see it. He's doing a lot more, feeling more comfortable.
And Thurman's face looking like it's like a ransom note with this punishment from Fundora. Just over a minute left in the round.
Thurman's starting to really fight desperate here. You can see the fight-or-flight instincts kicking in. He's choosing violence, but he is wide open to be finished.
Oh, and the lunging right hand by Thurman.
Yeah, and it's already getting frustrating for Thurman because he can't land anything. He's missing all those shots.
Fundora said it would end before round 9. He's looking to end it before the first half of this fight is over.
This is a poised, precise output from Fundora. Seen a few smiles out of him, but he is not overcommitting. He's sticking to the game plan and the distance.
Yeah.
Fundora stands among newly two-belt unified titleist Xander Zayas and new strap wearer Josh Kelly as champions. But let's not forget names like Juan Pucenes and Virgil Ortiz looming at 154 pounds. But
God, seconds.
To make the point that he is the man to beat at 154.
It's too dangerous. Deep breath. Breathe for me. Control your breathing.
Again after because it was the most punches landed in a round. Again after because it...
You just not continue like this and the fight's over.
Thurman to let him continue.
I see him off too.
But Sean Porter landed 27 around.
Yep, you say he's going to continue.
Fundora just landed 36 of
I think he's going to win by TKO.
To a paltry 6 of 32.
Wow, this could be it. This could be the round.
You have to wonder if they're going to have a short leash, the ringside doctor for Thurman here. If he doesn't mount some offense now, this fight can be stopped at any moment.
Sebastian Fundora continues the evolution, although he got tagged with the left hand, but Thurman's face is a mess.
He was caught below the left eye.
Show me some heat. A volley of punches. Thurman is getting destroyed by Sebastian Fundora, and yet the guts and the heart of Keith Thurman on display. Never been stopped.
He said he would go for broke and go for that knockout. He's standing firm. He's just not having the success.
Yeah, he's not liking getting hit, so he's trying to get away from those punches, but it's still hard.
Lit up like the stunt Sin City strip by Fundora.
I'd be shocked if Thurman makes it out of this round.
Thurman's face look like that?
Never.
Never.
And that's something he said in the fighter meetings this week. When have I ever looked bad? When have I ever showed this type of damage?
Saturday, March.
Yes! He retains his title!